What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to what is going to be a more regular upload schedule to this channel. After 2 years without a sports car in my garage, I finally gone out and bought one. This is my new M240i, and in today's video I'm gonna tell you why you shouldn't buy one. Now, if you've been following the channel for a while, you already know that I had the original version of the M2, the facelifted one, and the previous M2 competition. So I can only assume that your first question would be, why didn't I buy a BMW M2? Now, there are a couple of reasons for that. First one, the new M2 is plain ugly if you ask me. Now, I know what you're gonna say. The M240i is not much of a looker, Paul, and I definitely agree it's not, but it is 25 grand cheaper than a similarly spec'd M2. And those two reasons have made me not go for the M2 this time. Now, a bit of context so you can understand pricing in Sweden. This car normally would cost around 60,000 euros. Which is still 17,000 less expensive than the M2. But because BMW realized that they were not selling a lot of M240i's, they slashed the prices to all stock cars to 52 grand, and that's how I got this car. So yeah, before we go into the why you shouldn't buy one of these cars despite me buying one, let me quickly walk you around the spec of my M240i. So the car is finished in mineral white, as you can see. I kind of dig the color quite a lot. It's got all the packages that you can spec on the M240i in Sweden, meaning the M Sport pack, which kind of darkens every element that you see around the vehicle. These things at the front grille, the wing mirrors, the side skirts, the back side skirts, I don't know. Even this rear spoiler is blacked out. Tailpipes as well. So this is the M Sport pack. The tires are 225/14 at the front and 255/35 on the rear, 19 inches. And yeah, what can I tell you? It's got the B58 3-liter 6-cylinder engine at the front, 374 horses. It's mated to the 8-speed ZF transmission that you all know by now, and of course it's all-wheel drive. It's also got adaptive cruise control. These are adaptive headlights. The thing I love the most about this car is that it's not like any other dealership spec, meaning black on black on black. And speaking of that, let me show you the interior, which is by far my favorite thing about this car. So here it is. This cognac color I absolutely adore, and these M Sport seats, which are optional in the M240 and in the M2 for some reason. The only difference between these and the ones in the M2 is the fact that this has a regular plastic M logo, while the M2 seats have the M2 logo. I'm not sure if it's illuminated or not, but doesn't matter. The infamous infotainment screen is present in here, of course, and it is very, very good, except for the fact that they removed pretty much all physical buttons and added all that functionality to the screen, but the rest is really nice. It also has back seats, of course, like any 2 Series. You won't be able to fit adults in the back. There's no chance. I've tried. It was a big fail. Yeah, and of course, sunroof. I almost forgot about it. One of my favorite features in all the cars I buy. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go to the exciting bit right now so I can tell you why you shouldn't buy an M240i. And the first reason why you shouldn't buy one of these cars is if you really want the classic BMW looks. And as you can see, this one doesn't really have them. It's weird from all angles. It's not just the pictures, it's the same in real life. And I've owned this car for about 3 months and I've still not got used to the design yet. It's growing on me, but at the very slow pace, so to speak. Now, the other reason why you shouldn't buy this car is if you're looking for a driver's car, a BMW focused driver's car, because I'm sorry to break it to you, but the M240i just isn't that straight from factory. It doesn't take much to change it into a proper driver's car, but from factory it ain't one. The first reason why it ain't one is the fact that you can't even spec a manual transmission to this car. The standard box you get in this car is the already famous 8-speed ZF transmission, and while that is a good transmission, it doesn't even come close to a double clutch system like my previous M2 competition has. And yeah, the fact that you can't even spec it with a manual is a shame, if you ask me, especially when you've got that power unit up front. One of the other reasons is the fact that this is an all-wheel drive only car, so there's no rear-wheel driven variant like it was for the previous generation, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, that kind of takes away from the pure or more hardcore driving experience. Weight is also something that takes away from the driving experience, of course, and this car, let me tell you, has plenty of it. It weighs around 1650 kilograms, and let's not mince words here, you can definitely feel all that weight when you're driving this car hard. It leans in the corners too much, it's heavy when it takes off from standstill. Yeah, it's not ideal. And the last thing that kind of takes a bit away from the driving experience is this car's suspension. Not the adaptive one, the standard one. It is a bit too stiff for daily driving, and that makes you believe that it's gonna be great around corners. And when you tackle a corner at speed, you'll realize that that's not the case, because the car leans quite a lot, and that lean induces a lot of understeer, and then, yeah, you know where I'm going with this. Now, the last reason why I think you shouldn't buy an M240i is if you hate cars filled with tech and stuff that can break on them. Because this one, not just the M240i specifically, but all of the 2 Series and 3 Series, they're filled with tech. For example, my car has adaptive cruise control. This whole screen encapsulates all of the functions of the car. It's got the climate menu here. It's got the heated seats here. It's got all the shortcuts. It's got absolutely everything that should have been a button. They've integrated it in this screen. And if this screen goes away, you're screwed basically, because you won't be able to turn the air conditioning on and off, your heated seats on and off, and so on. Furthermore, this car has a head-up display, a smartphone key. You can even open it and start it from that key. You unlock the car and then you put the smartphone underneath the dash. Beside all of that, you can even open the car with your smartwatch. If you're one of those people that doesn't really like technology and the things that can happen when technology doesn't work, this ain't the car for you, because everything's digital with it. But despite what I've just said, at 52 grand euros, you're getting a lot of car for your money. You have an amazing engine up front. This B58 3-liter 6-cylinder engine is absolutely amazing. It sounds very good. It pulls from any RPM, doesn't matter what you do to it. This interior is absolutely amazing. It's a huge step up from the previous car, except for these the removal of the physical buttons. The interior is top notch. And let's not forget, this car also has a big boot, and you can easily fit 4 people in the car. not adults in the back, mind you, but 2 adults in the front, 2 kids in the back, no problem. But that's it for today's video, my friends. If you want to find out more about the new M240i and how it stacks up to the competition and what the ownership experience is like, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up.